Hey guys, I'm Nick, and in this Scran line tutorial I'm going to show you how to make macarons. Now these are little French biscuits they're kind of like a meringue that you bake, and in the centre they've got like a filling like a ganache or buttercream. I'm going to show you step by step what you're going to need to do to make these biscuits actually come out right. So the first thing you're going to need to do is have all of your ingredients and your equipment ready before you start. That's really important. These biscuits kind of depend on each step being done, and then you need to quickly move on to the next step. It might look like I've got a lot of fancy gadgets and stuff here, but a lot of people have, a sift, a spatula, they've got bowls. Really the only thing that some people might not have is a thermometer, and this is a candy thermometer that I'm going to use when we make our French meringue. We're going to need to measure the temperature of the syrup. Okay, so the ingredients that I've got some caster sugar here, which is going to be for the syrup. I've got some water for the syrup. Over here I've got some almond meal. Almond meal you can buy at the supermarket, you can buy it in lots of different places. That has to be sifted 3 times. That's important, because if you sift it, you can sift it once. It really depends on your personal preference. Sifting it 3 times makes sure that you have a nice, smooth, more delicate cookie. Over here I've got some icing sugar. Now this is pure icing sugar, and it's very important that you use pure icing sugar, because if you use soft icing mixture, that has cornstarch in it, and you don't want that to be in your macarons. That's also been sifted. A lot of people are have different opinions about using egg whites that are aged for macarons. I use egg whites that are aged because if you use egg whites that aren't aged, you're more likely to overbeat them when you beat them up. If you do age them, then when you go to beat them, they'll whip up a little bit better. You're also going to need a piping bag with just a plain nozzle on the end. That's going to be for when you pipe your macarons. Here I've got some trays. I've got 6 trays here because this recipe makes a fair bit of cookies. And I've just got some baking paper on here, and I'm going to show you a little handy trick when the time comes on how to make sure that stays down. Now another little handy trick with your piping bag when you're piping anything, not just macarons, have a tall cup or a jar or a jug or whatever, and you just want to put your piping bag in there like that, and that just kind of holds it up for you so that when you put the filling in, you're not kind of making a mess of things. Okay, so I've pretty much shown you everything that I wanted to introduce you to for the macarons. In the next step, I'm going to show you sifting the almond meal and the icing sugar together, and then we're going to move on to making the rest of the macarons.